The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
The flag is drenched with our blood. Because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery. We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it. So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood. So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be young men, respected as a man. As we know, this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either, because we gonna tear it up.
Hey y'all, happy Blackity Black History Month and welcome to Deep Dives with Sali, where we delve into complex and intriguing stories and events. I'm so excited to do a deep dive of Kendrick Lamar's powerful and symbolic Super Bowl performance. First of all, before we get into the deep dive, I just want to say that I absolutely love the performance. It was poetic, timely, unapologetically black, and incredible. I feel like the people who watched and did not understand the messages and symbolism portrayed found it boring and was just not entertained. And there are most likely people who do not connect with Kendrick and his artistry. But for those of you who did understand, you were able to see it was bigger than Drake and the music. I've seen headlines like this was the worst halftime show ever, and some people thought the Super Bowl just wasn't the appropriate place for that. And for me, that just proves Kendrick's point of being too loud and too ghetto, which was shouted out by Uncle Sam, portrayed by Samuel L. Jackson in the Super Bowl performance. People felt underwhelmed, and I'm just like, okay, this performance represented Kendrick and what he represents. It's not Beyonce. I don't know if people were expecting him to be flying in the air and jumping around on stage. And then there's this sentiment of Kendrick making his performance about Drake. And in my opinion, it was deeper than Drake. From the stage layout to the smallest gesture, Kendrick used the biggest stage in sports to deliver a message that went beyond entertainment. In this episode, we will analyze the choreography, the cultural symbols, and the messages of Kendrick brought to one of the world's largest stages. Let's dive in. Let's start with the stage design and field layout. So a lot of people pointed out the stage was set up as a PlayStation. So the stage design was inspired by the PlayStation controller to portray Kendrick Lamar's life as a game. So when I watched it a few times, I noticed the field was designed as a grid-like structure, which to me symbolized both order and confinement. The symmetry of the setup may represent societal systems and institutions Kendrick often critiques. Notice the dancers positioned in straight lines, almost like chess pieces, emphasizing structure and control. The use of white and black contrast might symbolize duality, like freedom versus oppression and hope versus despair. So moving on to choreography and dancers, I had to watch the choreography multiple times to catch that they were starting off very rigid. The dancers were moving like in sync, kind of like a military style, symbolizing how individuals are often part of a control system. America serving has this system where we have to play by the rules. When the dancers broke formation, it represented resistance, a theme that is often in Kendrick's music. Uncle Sam, which was played by Samuel L. Jackson, personified America, yelling out too loud, too ghetto. And then there was a part when he said, now this is what America wants, nice and calm, when the performance with SZA came on. To me, this showed how we have to be censored or make ourselves small to confirm and play by the book. So when Serena was seen crip walking, I screamed because I was not expecting that. Most people saw this as a shade to Drake, as he's mentioned Serena in his songs a couple times, but some people do not know that Serena has been criticized for crip walking after winning against Maria Sharapova at the 2012 Olympics. And let me not even forget about the onstage protest of a performer presenting the Palestinian flag with the Sudan and Gaza written on it. I don't know if this part was planned, but the timing of it was genius. It was reported the man got arrested but was released with no charges. The fact that he got tackled and arrested just proves the point of how we constantly are getting censored. It just makes the whole point of freedom of speech a joke.
I felt I didn't have a choice because I was selected to be a part of the halftime show, and when I saw what my position was, it was a great stage, a large stage, and we know as a practicing Muslim, our Prophet Muhammad teaches us if you see a wrongdoing or you're aware of a wrongdoing, you must stop it with your hands. And if you can't stop it with your hands, stop it with your tongue. Speak out against it. And if you can't stop it with your tongue, try to stop it with your heart, meaning pray about it. So I had an opportunity on a grand scale to bring awareness or speak out against a wrong in of our Muslim brothers and sisters. So we're spiritually connected in Islam, and we're human, and we're connected with empathy for humanity because we're all human beings, God's creation, and they're oppressed, and it's on a wide scale, and nobody is really giving it the light that it should get, at least working toward a change. And I wanted to show the solidarity to those afflicted by this and their families and loved ones, that they're being remembered here in America. And they're being remembered here in America, not just by me, but by others.
Now, moving on to lyrics and their context. Kendrick performed his hit songs like Alright and DNA, songs that are deeply rooted in identity and resilience. We Gonna Be Alright, a chant that became an anthem during protests. Meanwhile, DNA explores the dualities of heritage and systemic oppression. By performing these songs, Kendrick brought Black empowerment and resistance to an audience of millions, making it impossible to ignore these themes. So when we move on to wardrobe and visual symbolism, taking a look at the costumes, the black, red, and white and black bodies represented America being built off of Black people. Notice how they are even bending their backs wearing the flag colors. If you also paid attention to Kendrick's wardrobe, his outfit was subtle, basic, and minimal. It wasn't too flashy. He wore almost like a flare jeans and a jacket with the back emblazoned with PG Lang, the name of the entertainment company founded by himself and Dave Free, and the words Compton. The fact that the outfit was minimal allowed the message to shine through without distractions. So the social media and public reaction definitely was a lot. Social media exploded with reactions, with fans praising Kendrick's ability to use such a massive platform for storytelling. Some people called it a protest, others called it poetry in motion. Critics debated whether such messages belonged at the Super Bowl, but Kendrick's intention was clear. This wasn't just a performance, it was a conversation starter. So immediately after the Super Bowl, I was all over social media, Threads, X, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. And I found this one comment very interesting. So it's Kendrick told the story of black male unadulterated authenticity. The iconography alone was brilliant. Black men in do-rags, black men in formation of the American flag, black men in dreads and gold singing doo-wop, black men that presented in a safe lens. Samuel L. Jackson, aka Uncle Sam, the ringmaster, it was at that moment the characters were set. Samuel represents the safe, performative, docile Negro. He's pleading with him to make white America comfortable. Kendrick is clearly the antithesis of that. Kendrick is clearly in a defiant mood and performs Squabble Up. Uncle Sam responds by screaming at him to stop being so loud and ghetto. Kendrick responds by playing Humble, Be Humble, Sit Down. It's noticeable that black men are the American flag as he performs his acquiescence. Then he remembers himself, plays DNA. Royalty and loyalty in my DNA. This is when the crown lights up when the message warning wrong way. Then he plays Euphoria, cries out, I'm reaping what I sow. Okay? Wow. Like I didn't even look. There's so much more like to unpack in his Super Bowl performance. And there's another one, another comment I found interesting. Kendrick put US on the US flag. We were the stars. We were the stripes. We were the red, white, blue, and black. He showed our blackness, fully clothed, different hues, different hairstyles, the depth of our emotions displayed in our facial expressions and the set list. He put us on the playing field, literally, and we were the X's and the O's. We were the strategy. He showed us in the hood. We were relaxed, harmonizing, working together, unity, enjoying each other. He was soft and kind to a black woman. He kept his distance to let her shine on stage by herself while also reminding her he'll give her the world. And the whole time, Uncle Sam kept reminding him to stay in his place, be respectful, entertained, and not informed. This was the blackity blackness act of Black History Month in full display in front of a sitting president who was strolling us at the first NFL game that has removed end racism from the end zone. Kendrick told us the game is over, we're not playing anymore. Like wow, like I said, there's just so much to unpack from these performances. And then I was on YouTube and I saw a couple of comments that was interesting because some people were saying that the performances were mid. but they just weren't understanding the symbolism behind the performance. So one comment was like, it's fine for people not to like Dot's performance, but to call it mid is ridiculous. The production quality, creativity, and execution was outstanding. Serious thought and effort were on full display. It will probably have the highest replay value of the most halftime show. And then someone else was like, um, it was like Squid Game. So in the beginning, where I mentioned how it was like set up as a game, someone else said that it further expressed the rich getting over on the poor. It's clear that a lot of the messages went over a lot of people's head. All in all, Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance wasn't just a halftime show, it was a masterclass in blending art, activism, and entertainment. From the stage design to his lyrics, every element was intentional, challenging us to think about society, resistance, and resilience. Whether you saw it as a concert or a call to action, one thing's for sure: Kendrick reminded us why he's one of the most powerful voices of our time. What are some of the symbolism you notice? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into moments that matter. This is Sali signing off. Until next time.